Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Killer 7. So we had a considerable amount of progress in the last recording, and I think we are right about at a boss fight, if I was to guess. Let's see. Yeah, my suspicion is that I'm going to go through this door on this 4th floor, and that's going to be a boss fight. Now, I suppose it could be a sub-boss fight, and there could be 8 floors or 7 floors in this building. There's totally a possibility that this is the entirety of the game, is just this one this one building, although I don't know why it would be labeled Celtic Building at that point. So this could go very difficultly, or this could go fairly easily because of our character being updated. We had a puzzle that had a bunch of words in fake blood and then 2 letters in real blood, and so we had to have switched to Kaede, the character we're playing as, to get the right answer, which is just no. Correct input, lock deactivated. I'm really shocked on just how much gameplay is in this game, because I really thought this was just going to be more like not Typing of the Dead, but House of the Dead. We still see this Travis character with a different shirt every time. It's quite different than a duplicate. It's an evolved Heaven Smile with boosted explosive power. You gotta take it out before it gets too close. They're crazy, I'm telling you. They'll be on top of you at the moment you drop your guard, I think is what that said. Like, they're not doing the whole text thing, press A to move the text forward. Alright. Interestingly, that didn't do any damage to me, but there we got a critical shot. I'm still not sure I understand the whole thing that pops up on the left. We now have double tap, so potentially double tap now also means we'll run out of bullets twice as fast. For certain characters, that could be a bigger problem than others. Alright. We seem to just continuously have a lot of these checkpoints, which I don't know if I quite agree with that idea. He never leaves any thick blood left, so there's either an internal buffer or
these kinds of things.
Or you're just kind of wasting some thick blood. This is not one of those save spot areas. It's just an upgrade area, which I feel like inherently you could have just had a menu. And this guy is back. Owazaru. Master, we're in a tight spot. Things are turning in a bad way. An infamous criminal lies this way, and he's protecting him. Wicked bed partners indeed, indeed. Ah yes. Seek out the soul shells. With soul shells, he'll sure to allow you through the gates. In the name of Harman. Now, as far as I can tell, we've found all the soul shells so far in the game. There kind of is a slight feeling that there might have been a soul shell. No, we did find one on the first floor. So whenever we see the guy in the white gimp mask, that guy seems to be a soul shell indicator. Let's see, we're about to hit a save spot, or we've already hit a save spot. Into the boiler room we go. Okay. Yeah. This doesn't really look like a boiler room as much as a disco room. And we can see a character here that I don't think is one of the personalities, unless it's supposed to be Kevin Smith. We have 2 soul bullets. So he's the gatekeeper. Next, please. Where to? To the Vinculium gate. Let me take those. Yes, all received. Go right on inside. So it feels like it's just magically moving us to... And I gotta really be careful to stop hitting that button. Interesting, you can't bring up a map here. So I feel like he's just teleporting us to some kind of magical area, and seems like we're going to a Coliseum, which this is where I would have expected a big boss fight to happen. Is a bigger area, possibly an area where we're going to go in circles. It doesn't seem to me like there's anything you can shoot at the moment. It's funny how you get this like TV static effect when you zoom in. Alright. We're gonna, I guess, just get one more hint. We're in a tight spot. Ain't even funny how tight it is. Once you open this door, there's no turning back, Master. Well, you can come back. But I mean, that's the gravity of the situation. Don't get me wrong. Like a prelude, you must take it very seriously. In the name of Harman. I'm missing a lot of this dialogue because of the weird font and because it's just moving forward. Which, that would be perfectly acceptable and really what I would want in most games if the text doesn't matter. But it kind of feels like the text matters really a lot in this game. We have the firing enabled. We've lost our 2 soul shells, so I guess that was the right price, and I assume we didn't overpay. It feels like we're going through this elevator in the middle. Remember, all I'm doing is pressing A to move forward here, so it's picking this door at random, basically. We saw this character before. Once it tried my best to run away, but it caught up with me anyway. Hurry. Kill it before it explodes. No. I'm gonna die again today. Somebody please help. So yeah, the game is telling me very much that this is gonna be just a quick draw situation with a speed smile. So I'm having to hit the B button to single back into it and just make sure that, because the drift is just pushing the bullet and the gun higher and higher. Although, nicely, it is kind of drifting the gun upward consistently, whereas a lot of games tend to put an artificial drift that just has the reticle move left and right, up and down at random orientations. So that probably would have been twice as hard without the double shot, but still very doable, it feels like. And if I had a different gun, I think I could have probably done more damage with a different character, but this is the character I think we should be focusing on. We are now going in circles, but was that room that we were just in the same room we started in? I don't know if it really was, because we went upstairs and then after we were in the previous room. So that really should be a different room on a different floor, but the copy and paste nature seems to be fairly standard. Looks like there might be a secret door that way and not that way. And I guess maybe we started at the beginning at the top there, which that seems a little weird for that to be the place you started, and now we're at the bottom. Interesting. Let's go ahead and swap personalities to mask, and then see if we can, since we have infinite bullets, shoot that and see if there's anything there. I guess not. Well, we don't really have anybody else that would open a wall unless you got really close to the wall, which would be Kaade's ability. Let's go deeper in the room to start with, and let's see if there's anything new. I don't think there really would be anything new, but we are just slowly trying to see everything. What's funny is I feel like I already saw about Garcian's special abilities and Kaade's special abilities, and yet it's not marked as being seen. Let's just start at the top. That way we know we're probably making some progress. These things have been said before, but seeing them again is probably helpful. Of course, if they didn't have the intro part there, then it would be even better. He's saying master, and normally in a game, particularly a game made by a Japanese person like Suda 51, I'd assume that this is just that Japanese master type translation where master doesn't always directly really mean master as much as that phrase is translated to master. But in this case, since you have a hanging gimp talk to you, you kind of have to take it literally. Alright, so 2 more down. We have no thick blood at all. So let's go ahead and save. And I guess we'll probably eventually start just cycling through all 7 of the things, of the save spots. I wouldn't be really surprised if we run into an enemy that is like a boss that's really, really powerful. And there we have the camera seeing him transform into this character, which I wonder if that means you just cannot play as certain areas, as certain characters in certain areas. Noticeably, he has this vision ring on him. Let's see, and like the photo doesn't look like it changes or anything. We might as well recover this guy, I guess, if we're going to have to actually play as him. Sure doesn't seem particularly fair to set that all up and then transfer you over. Let's talk to this guy and see. Oh, there you are. Don't be shy, Emir. Who would have figured you'd be the only survivor? Well, anyway, you're getting along with the chief? Straight up. I was waiting. Yeah, I know. Don't be so mad, man. Don't glare at me like that. The chief will wake up. Really, I'm sorry. The other chief must be rolling on the floor with laughter. So apparently there was 2 chiefs. Now, we still can't play as anybody else. So we can look at the map. It just seems like left or right is your choice. We'll just go in full circle. Now I remember I stole the wings, and then the woman glared at me with a stern look, but I didn't run away. Then I saw it. On the woman's back were faces, and they were smiling. Funny faces, but you better erase the faces. So it seems like we got a hint there as far as what to target and what to shoot at. And now we've transferred ourselves into somebody else that is not one of our characters. Samantha Sitbon.
Please, be careful, sir.
Rolling a wheelchair stuck character. Harman Smith. Oh, Harman is the owner of the room, and they have been saying praise Harman.
Our 4 children served their purpose.
We have actual voice
They
acting.
didn't die in vain. But our other 9 children were killed by you. What do you
Very
want from
anime-like
us?
face.
Is it so bad that we have a purpose in life? We are only serving our gods. At heaven's command, we will kill the unwanted. We must get rid of bad trees from their roots. I hope you are not one of them.
Good night, child. It's past your bedtime.
Okay. Okay. So he's got this giant weapon. We can't bring up the map or anything else. We can't go forward. So it does seem like it just starts this way. Now the problem with this character potentially being Seems like we can target the wings, we can't target the face or the body. If this main guy, Harman, was the actual body and all the other personalities were delusions, that'd be weird, but that might be the case. She's just not reacting at all, so. And there's no reload function here either. There's no Y button either.
You think you killed me? Better think again.
So now we can see the faces on the back. And at this point, this is where I would prefer to switch to Kanade. Immediately get hit. So we are basically trying to get behind her. Problem here is, seems like she turns, so. Alright. Blood, recover. Recover. Yeah, it just doesn't seem like you have enough time to see, like, the angle here is a little weird, first of all, and you just don't seem like you have enough time to do anything. So you get her to possibly lower her, put her hand out, and then you just hopefully are. I don't know what you're supposed to be doing here. It does look like there might be a pigeon or something here. Up this way. Nope, that's just a camera. And shooting the camera doesn't do anything. Let's go back to Dan, I guess. I think what might be happening here is something where, like, I'm supposed to have done that. And I don't know if this isn't a case where maybe you just have to run until they get tired out. Or what? Because it does just seem like now. Like, it just doesn't seem like you have enough time to fire. And it's going to use 2 bloods. Do I have anything that possibly would do more damage? I don't think so. I think the general idea is that this guy is our biggest damage dealer. So doing this and trying to Yeah. So you kind of have to get her to start attacking, but you gotta kind of run before then. Like, okay. So you have to wait till like the sound effect happens, and then, darn it. So just wait. Run. Angle. I think there probably is an argument to going back to Kanade here. I keep saying Kanade. Kanade is like the name of a character from Akira. Right. Yeah, that didn't work. And this personality is about to die. It might be that there is a specific speed factor too. That Kaede here may just not be fast enough to avoid the flames. You really got to get that angle just right too. Her zoom in actually should be very helpful here. If I can really pull it off, which is the big if. I guess the question though to ask is, should I save 3 blood vials? So it seems like the good news is there was nothing more to that, because I would have gotten a little crazy had there been any more to it. Is that the final boss? And were we going north or were we going south? I think we probably were going this other way, because I think we came through the gold door. Nope. I think we are in the wrong direction. And we should be going through the gold door. I think also it probably makes a lot of sense to just get your health all the way up. Yes, that means I can't do a devastating attack with Dan, but we also saw there that the devastating attack with Dan didn't actually work. Now we can move forward with the wheelchair. a kick plate on the door. So this character has his own health. It does kind of weirdly seem like this is the point where the game is going to default to this character being your main character. Alright. And we have another one. Let's not shoot, and let's see if we get a conversation going first. Just slowly wheeling yourself closer and closer. And you can't go any further. You can turn around, I guess, if you wanted to do that. It is an incredibly slow rotation. I have to say, for as old as I think this game actually is, although I might be wrong about its age, the amount of polygons is not terrible. So I'm seeing a ghost popping up behind the guy when I'm not zoomed in, or popping up behind the anime angel character. There's nothing else you can do though. I think the game has trained you and told you that the move is to shoot the wings off. Well, oddly though, this time it doesn't seem...
God, you stink. I mean, you stink.
Interesting. So shooting the ghost guy doesn't do anything.
Just looking at you makes me sick. Can't get it up?
Like, there's no pause or anything like this. So what am I supposed to be shooting? Not spinning the chair around, for instance. Not shooting light bulbs. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be aiming at. Let's just look over here. Yeah, definitely the problem here, if there is just supposed to be some secret thing that you shoot, you would have to kind of be able to zoom out more, get a bead on it, see what it looks like, not be zoomed in by default. Was there possibly something I needed to have grabbed in the previous room? I don't know what that would have been. It did look like there was just angel feather dust around. Let's see, we could try and just hope that the guy appears.
Can't get it up?
It just doesn't seem like you're hitting them at all.
Can't get it up?
Hmm. Hmm. Holding A doesn't let you go any further and isn't triggering anything. Y doesn't do anything. I couldn't even have upgraded this guy's ability, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm confused. Definitely confused. Alright. Let's just leave. If that's the only thing we can do. Like, the only other thought would be maybe way up here there's a camera, and the camera, if I shot it, even though I've tried to shoot other cameras, might do something. But yeah, I'm not really seeing a camera. Maybe I'm supposed to target this way further away.
So you got me. Oh well. Can't get it up?
Yeah, I don't know what's going wrong here. Okay, so we can't leave the area too, so at least the game is doing us that solid by saying, you know what, this is the right move. This sequence is what we're expecting. Tapping A doesn't do anything extra. Y, X, B. B turns around. Scan, I guess maybe. Maybe there's a scan thing I'm missing here. Oh yeah. So there is a scan element to this. B button's not working. So you did have to scan, and I guess, even though that's what we've been doing for a long time in this game.
Trick didn't work on you. Tricks are for kids, Kun. I'm an old man.
Kun Lan.
Yes. Nothing has changed for 30 years. No matter how many times you try, the result will be the same.
Yes. Like our chess games. You always seem to win.
Do you know why?
You tell me.
Because you're a bad player.
A new generation
education of children will bring order to this age.
You're a good friend, but unfortunately, our interest is not mutual. We both have become burdened with so much, and we don't have time for fun anymore.
No, there's always time for fun. It's Friday night.
Let's dance.
Now this almost feels like this is going to be a boss fight where at the beginning we saw this silhouette of this character and we shot him. Let's go with shoot him in the hand and out in the air. He caught the bullet.
You're awake from your dream.
Harman, the size of the world has changed. It's changed to the size where you can control it with your hands, just like a PDA. The world will keep getting smaller.
Obviously, if you're going to remaster this game, you'd say smartphone, not PDA. Nobody has PDAs anymore. So, Angel complete. Interesting. I don't know if that character really is Angel or if it was just a case of the fake facades of Angel, anime Angel characters. Yeah, they said there was like 14 Heavenly Smiles in this game, in this building, and I got rid of 78. So the numbers definitely feel weird. The day when laughter disappears from the world draws near. Continue to sunset. I guess maybe I have to hit A to go forward from that point, even though there's no prompt. Let's go ahead and save files. And I think we're probably fairly in a good position to overwrite the second save file. This story is weird, but not super weird, really. So there was Target 00 Angel. Now we have Target 01 Sunset in silhouette. And I guess at any point we could target this guy again, so I want to see what happens there. Kind of nothing. I don't know what that says in Japanese, but I think it probably would say... No, that wouldn't be 1. Yeah, I have no idea what it says, actually. I'm not even going to venture a guess.
July 3rd, 1998. The day that all international disputes were resolved.
Interesting.
This day marked the beginning of true peace for the entire world, for people of all races. The four powers quickly formed anti-terrorist organizations and set out creating peacekeeping agencies to bring order and security on a global scale. The world unified to do everything in its power to eradicate all the weeds of evil and disorder. The International Society, under the motto of protecting the world from international terrorism, ideology terrorism, and cyber terrorism, stopped all air transportation and closed every network station in a short span of 2 years to reduce the likelihood of terrorism. The world had changed.
This is a weird backstory.
In the year 2000,
and we're getting a whole different
a network of intercontinental
like cutscene here than what I would have expected.
Opened, connecting the two major sides of the world. In the following year of 2003, the construction of a mass-scale distribution system began, and a man-made landmass as large as a city was built over an ocean. The use and research of nuclear energy was banned, and all radioactive waste and materials were disposed of at an energy disposal facility in the Gibsoft Islands, a remote set of islands off the coast of the Indian Ocean. Now, international eyes were on the elimination of the intercontinental missiles that posed the biggest threat to world peace. In order to eliminate these weapons of mass destruction, they were launched outside the Earth's atmosphere and intercepted by other missiles, exploding them on contact.
That's
People
not
around the world
necessary.
watched these explosions light up the sky as if they were some kind of dazzling light show. These explosions, later known as the missile shows, became the symbol of world peace.
The animation here
The world was
does
filled
look a little
with
rough, but
a new
I
threat
suspect this
on
was
the
something
rise.
like a PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3
At
game,
the signing
so
ceremony of the UN's World Security Treaty in the year 2003, a new breed of terrorists who called themselves Smiling Faces attacked the ceremony. The devastating attack caught the international society by surprise and temporarily crippled key operations in the United Nations. That assault was aimed at nothing other than using terrorism to create terror. Fear spread throughout the nation.
it's funny how the
like
subtitles
wildfire.
are starting to break
There was
and get
nothing the
worse and
police or
worse.
the military could do to counter the Smiling Faces.
Like
The
they were
only ones who had any
typesetted
chance of
correctly at the
stopping these
beginning, and now
Smiling Faces
the
were
letters are
the
getting a
omniscient
little
and
high,
almost godlike
superset or
professional
subset,
assassins.
a
The
little
key
high or a
players
little low.
behind the scenes of the four powers utilized their connections and called upon the group known as Killer7. Their only hope rested with them.
So yeah, that feels like something that would have been like a teaser trailer at the beginning of this game being announced, or the beginning of potentially even an anime series instead of a video game, which I wouldn't be surprised if this was an idea for an anime series first and then got turned into a video game. We've got people screaming, so I wonder if somebody's being tortured here. Let's see, going this way doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, that's really feels like some 80s early 90s anime. And so we have the non-made version of this girl apparently beating on Harman.
What? You want to eat? Make it fast, okay? I have to go to class at 9.
Interesting, different perspective. I thought the lazy version of the girl was just lazy. I didn't think she was going to be straight up abusive.
How long has it been?
So we do now have no thick blood.
How long has it
We
been?
could select him, and we can't select anybody else. So it seems like we are going back to playing as him. If we were to walk further this way, doesn't seem like there's anything else to do.
How long has it been?
So I guess I'm supposed to change to him.
The master is awake.
And now she changed back to the
as you wish, master.
to the maid version
There's
of
an
her.
important message for you.
Yes.
So these two personalities are communicating.
Trying to bring down a country.
I will contact you.
If there are visitors for me, call.
As you wish.
Samantha,
Hmm.
the lights.
As you wish, Master.
Hmm.
It's time. Can I go now?
Yeah. Thanks.
See you tomorrow, then. Thanks. Mwah.
Yeah. Well, that's weird, to say the least. Let's see if we can do anything else with the TV now. That was just kind of, I guess, a extra cutscene. We're getting some description of the personalities some more. I bet those are laser discs in the lower left hand corner, and the fact that you would have laser discs definitely sets this in an older time scale. Certainly 2003 even is pretty late, even in Japan, for laser discs. They could be vinyl albums, certainly, and records, but I would say laser discs full of anime were fairly popular, probably back when Suda 51 was a teenager. So we're going through this door, and noticeably there's 4 locks on this other door. Let's see. Guess we need to go back to the living room. Like, there's no popping up the map or the menu here. Now we can go outside. So somebody's locked in, somebody's screaming like crazy. And we don't have really a save spot. Garcian's trailer house. That's weird. I wouldn't say that was a trailer house, and we know we're in what was the United States. The Pentagon turned into just a star, apparently.
Wait, look at this.
What is this? A bug in the system?
No, sir, it's reading right. There's 200.
What the hell? A country could disappear off the map. Do you have the impact point yet?
Yes, sir. It's Japan.
There's really no point
Fireworks ready. No, forget
that you would
Japan is our ally. No,
that you would need to blow up missiles.
Forget authorization.
You could just disassemble the missiles. And it's very Japanese to say, let's get rid of all nuclear energy, just because that might get rid of nuclear bombs.
This is an emergency call for the president.
Of course, Japan's the only country that has been actively nuked by another country, so I could see why they'd want to get rid of nuclear energy.
Avoiding the computation time lag. Interception can only commence 2 hours before initial impact.
There's also weirdness that
Mr. President,
you still seem to have a United States, and you still seem to have a UN, and yet the big 4 powers, which I take your pick as to who would be the big 4 powers, like United States, European Union combined, Russia and China, maybe. But yeah, that would be, I guess, my default guess. But why those big 4 powers would have combined, taken over control of the whole world, and still left the United States as, I guess, a state under the control of a unified world government is weird.
The missiles have been launched.
Seems also fairly obvious that that one cutscene is probably the only time we're going to see that cutscene. There's some reality breaking nonsense here. There's no way you're going to be able to fly from...
It's a popular joint.
And the target?
The owner of the place, Toru Fukushima. See, he's the middleman between the Japanese UN representatives and our government.
So apparently we're not going to
That's a
Japan.
job from all the parties. Japan has turned against us.
So that's why they're gonna hit Japan?
Well, it's a possibility. It depends on how they move.
Oh, it'll be a blow, all right. What will happen to Japan?
It's up to the president. They have 18 hours.
All hell's gonna break loose over in Washington. And I sure as hell don't want to be there.
If, for some reason, you need help, go see a guy named Kasai. He's well informed, especially about the Japanese movement. You got all the details in there, okay? This time, the string puller is Fukushima. Now, the integrity and the true worth of Japan is at stake here.
So apparently the idea is Japan is trying to do a preemptive attack on the United States again, like Pearl Harbor. And we have to go kill Fukushima. It's also worth mentioning, almost certainly this game was made before Fukushima's nuclear power got flooded in a tsunami, and the Fukushima area was made globally popular and recognizable. So yeah, we're not going. Assignment number 34, get rid of the governor, Toru Fukushima. We're not going to Japan, instead we're going to a restaurant in Japan. And we are actually outside this time. So we probably won't stay outside for that long. I'm just looking for a safe spot, and then I'll call this an episode. This is bad, this is very bad. This is their nest. Sure, it looks like a sushi joint. But they've got terrible taste. But I have to admit, the full course here is dynamite. In the name of Harman. So it's still going to just be explosive people. Actually, come to think of it, I don't think... Well, I mean, we could go a little bit further and just save. But I don't think it's really that necessary. Interesting. So I guess the question here is, could we switch immediately to Kaede? Like, she's in a completely different outfit. Interesting. I wonder if the other characters are in different outfits, or if they even bothered to change that, since she is effectively the cheesecake character. He might be in a different outfit too. I gotta say, I love that. Like, it's really fairly annoying to have characters in the same outfit for... This guy may be in the same outfit for the entirety of a game, when, if time has passed, it does kind of make sense that you would move forward. I was expecting these just to be more Death Smile characters.
Irashamase. Welcome. How many in your party, sir?
I want to talk to the owner.
May I ask what it's concerning?
Yeah, I'm here to kill Mr. Fukushima.
Certainly. We'll be delighted to serve you.
Alright. Let's see if we can find the other path, because let's see, hallway over here. Arms room. And we'll just go ahead and save and call it an episode here since we've already gone an hour. Yeah, that seems like that worked out fairly well. As far as we are now one full, like there's nothing else in here different, so we're one full level down. I suspect that there are several 6 more levels to go. I probably want to play as Kaede, but if they're going to continuously throw enemies at us. As far as memos, there's nothing new we would have gotten for beating that, so we don't get like that anime cutscene. As far as rings, fire ring is still really the only thing. As far as photos, we have a different photo for our target, I guess, which I don't know if that really changes too much. And we do seem to be somewhat limited on who we can play as. Map-wise, the entrance is lower at the bottom, so I wonder if this restaurant, Fukushima, somehow is going to turn into an even bigger building than the 5-floor building with 2 or 3 rooms per floor that we experienced before in the first level. Well, I really never expected these episodes to be an hour long, but they seem to work fairly well at that duration. And it does seem like this game is a lot longer than I would have thought at the first point. Like, I kind of wouldn't have been super surprised if the game actually ended after the first level. There would have needed to be some more conversation and some more dialogue, perhaps. But yeah, I wouldn't have been crazy surprised if it was just that one building and that was the entire game, because I'm cutting Suda 51 so much slack, as even though this technically would be his second game that he made for Grasshopper Manufacture, I still kind of look at this game as a small, kind of indie single A game. I'm not expecting 60 hours of gameplay out of this, and oddly I may get 60 hours of gameplay, but it probably won't be the most amazing 60 hours of gameplay. Like, as much as I am enjoying this game, you can't deny that some of this definitely is just filler. You're getting a lot of weird background story, you're getting a lot of conversations, you're getting a lot of repetitive encounters. If I was playing something like House of the Dead, in contrast, you would be on rails, you'd be moving forward all the time. There wouldn't be puzzles, there wouldn't be big conversations. There still is also an imbalance between the boss battle and fighting everyone else, in that once I had to actually target the faces on the back of the angel character, the game became incredibly more difficult, and there was a possibility there that I would have just died and gotten very frustrated with that. I don't think I would have rage quit on it, but who knows if the next boss isn't going to be twice as difficult. But also, I kind of suspect the game might get very easy once we get the critical lock abilities. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.